I don't suppose you found any of those atmospheric sensors. There was I don't suppose... I was afraid... I'm not going to lie, he would be very... I'll pay 5,000 if you must, but I'd really like to buy...
Yes. He? Perhaps he is. You. My life. My mouth. There's.
Ciaranana gundoso. Manama tredo sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru greb avano flank. Terewana jun kona. Charanana gundo. Der.
You again. No. Oh. Can't you? You again. You again. Nope. Nope. Nothing.
Greetings and good day travel. My apologies. Error. May I... If you would... Greetings. My apologies. If you would...
We travel to, the more it's not just the hardship. You are right. The attacks on Kotor, Telos itself, the decay on Dantooine. Something is wrong. Sometimes I feel like I almost... I have studied the holorecord of your trial. I am unsure what to make of it. I must confess that I was searching for some meaning beyond the records. Did you know that exile is a rare sentence? It is not really something that the Order can enforce. I do not know. That is a question best... I'm not certain I do either. I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen many... Yes, at times I meditate. I try to treasure these moments. Of course. I try to treasure these... You are correct. I am afraid I have not been entirely open with you concerning my past. If I look familiar, it is because we have met before, at the Enclave on Dantooine, many years ago. As on Coruscant, Force-sensitive children are taken to Dantooine as well, though it is done rarely and only with those they believe are destined to become Jedi Knights. It is the secret nature of the place. If you are not chosen by a master when you have come of age, however, then the path of the Jedi is denied to you. I met you on Dantooine, long ago, briefly. You taught us the ways of the Force, how to hear it sing within others, within the life around Dantooine. It is difficult to explain the difference between you and Master Vrook, but I think it is because he was knowledgeable, but not a leader, not a mentor. You were different. We could all feel it, and I knew that if I were to have a master, I would want it to be you. And then you went to war. Many Jedi went to war, and the Jedi Masters proclaimed that you were Jedi no longer. Atris, the mistress of the Archives, was first among them. I knew at that moment that if you would no longer be a Jedi, then you must be correct. I realized I did not want to be a Jedi. Instead, I wished to follow your path, and in any event, there was no one to train me, even if I wished it. They all went to war as I grew past the age of acceptance. It is possible to forget the Force, you know. If you have not felt it strongly enough, then there is little to miss. But I never felt the Force as strongly as I did when I was with you. And so I decided to serve the Republic, study the Jedi teachings, gather them perhaps. It was important to me to understand the Jedi now that they were gone. I felt some part of you should be preserved, so that your lessons would not be lost. Perhaps. I still harbor doubts about the path I walked. It is not time, if there ever is a time. I am on a diplomatic mission. I am one of several tasked with attempting to contact any remaining Jedi and convince them to return to the Republic. I know something of the Jedi. I have studied them for a good portion of my life. And now that they are gone, such studies are even more important. I do not think it is a matter of luck or chance, only my own inability to find them. While the Enclave trained me for many things, I'm afraid that the life of a bounty hunter was not among them. I suspect my turning away from the Force is also a hindrance in such cases. I imagine the Jedi would be easier to find if I still maintained my connections to the Force. No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need of them. I fear that there is something else at work, something that we cannot see. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are It is difficult sometimes but the reason the Jedi to them? Not always. Jedi often fall. They cause much harm. Uleg Keldra, it is perhaps more. It is also proof that hate. No. Jedi are not supposed to be, and yet all I saw, it is difficult. Yes, is so very well. Many Jedi went to go fight in the Mandalorian Wars, and few returned. To their disciples left behind on Dantooine, on Coruscant, there were few masters to train them. I was one such student. Perhaps not as strong in the Force as the others, but it really did not matter. The teachers left behind were few. Only a few students were accepted as the Mandalorian Wars raged on, and when I came of age, there were no masters left to train me. So it was for the best, I think. I had begun to have doubts, and I think the masters were aware of them. Never. I have seen you, traveled with you. My life was mine, not chained to yours. Your apologies are not needed or warranted. Yes, it's very well. The problems with the very well. I am an historian. I have some I came to Dantooine in that. Yes, but if you ever need some medical item. Yes? Very well. I am an historian. I have some I came to Dantooine. I do not know if you are aware of how fragile the Republic is at the moment. Its influence is stretched thin, and it grows weaker with time. Still, there is hope, and I must remind myself of it, even when times grow dark. As long as we hold Onderon. There are many factors, aside from protecting Telos and Onderon. That is why I try. The Jedi survived. Many were. It was almost the end. No one knows why. But it was all that saved the Republic. The fleet. It did not matter. The war was costly, and it's but if a threat strikes now, if certain key words Telos, Onderon, Dantooine. That is my thought. That without supply lines and a standing military, there are many that is why I. Yes, it's very well. A force bomb. I'm not sure I am. No. I thought I had heard mention of such connections in some of the holocrons, but I do not know. I do not know who has taken them. If we would... I know some of what you speak. It is said that when the intensity of the connection varies. That bonding is said to also be something that manifests itself in such techniques as Bastila's battle meditation. The ability. It is also said that moments of death or near death may also cause such bonds. Thoughts. Images, perhaps, but not actual communication in words. A bond often causes a sensation to be passed along. Still, I have seen Jedi who have the ability to... I've never heard of a bond being lethal. I suppose such a thing is possible. I'd not truly believe Bastila's... I do not know. Yes, is some... Very... The problems... No. It... Very... No. It is... And again... It is, but to Jedi, yet it is the problems with the Jedi. I can. Yes. I think you are right. It is time. I have watched you. You have become strong in the Force again, my master. The one intended for me. Now she has returned. They are. The one who was to be my master was lost at Malachor.
So it ends.
I want you to teach me the ways of the Force, to become a Jedi. Yes?
Yes, General.
How many more do we intend to gather to? Is it they will follow you because you are a leader, their kind always? Because I am not blind, that is why. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change. I know many things, And I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them? The fool dances in your shadow for your favor. The disciple, he worships you quietly. The alien obeys you. Even within the machines there are echoes. Watch them carefully. See their patterns and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done. Good, and then that was Revan's. Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath her? Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts. Strong influence, indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few. Oh, did they? No, Revan met no Sith empire, yet she learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and I suspect the answer to that question is time. Not a one, but we shall see where our journey...
How may I serve?
What is it?
It is I then, but to that, and yet it is. But I'm, but exiled you. It is, but in it, if you.
braved the perils of this for now. So, and now.
If you...
More worlds. It's not... You are right. He attacked some... Yes? I try... I imagine... I can't... Yeah, but it... Not... There are... Very... I do... That... The plot is... That... Dan... The plot is... There are... That... The rip... If... Oh, it's also merely... The jet met was... No one... It did... The war... Bit of a... Teal... That is... Without... Like you... Very... No. It is... Then it is... But the... To the... Not all... It is... It is... Hey, Jedi... And yet... It is... The problems... Very well... Forgive me, but there is something I must ask. You are that Jedi. But I want... Perspective. I see. Do you have a record of this? Perhaps I should... I have studied the hologram, I must confess. Did you know that egg... I do... Then I shall... Yes? You are... If I... You... It is... You would... And then I... And it... It is... And I am on... I... No, it is, but to that... Hey, Jedi, and yet it is... The problem... Yes, is... It is not... I am on a... It is... And again... Yes? Is something wrong? Very well. Many the team what never. You're a part. Yes? Very. I think you are. I have watched my master. Now I have thought about what you have said about the Jedi. While I do not believe the Jedi to be evil, I feel perhaps the Mandalorian Wars. I understand why the Jedi hesitated. It is very easy to blame Rev. I believe that there is very little truth that can be found within. The galaxy needs strength now. And if that strength comes from the dark side, I ask that you train me in the ways of the Force, to teach me the ways of power so that a greater stability may be achieved. I do not believe in the Jedi and the Sith. I believe in strength.
How many more? They because I am. Good. That was. Have you never asked yourself? But and where? Oh, did they? Many have mistaken the soldiers. They are wrong, and I suspect not a one. Yes. That is this. That is that. Have you never asked you? But they and I misspoke. Yes. Now and yes. Very. It went back. It's a very. That you may have a defensive technique, but effective. Use it if you do not wish to be hit, or if you are facing many opponents with blasters. With a lightsaber blade and enough skill in deflection, others may.
Something up? All right, but that's where we waste a lot of time trading cards and trying. It's like sure. Something up? All right, but I'm out. Sure. Something up? All right.
My life.
Yes, Jeff? No, something...
Greetings. May I... If you will.
Something up?
Yes? Of course. I try to track... I... Very... It is... The problems with the... Very... Yes.
Just say
Something
the word.
you need of me?
You again.
Something up?
Charanana gun. Manama tere. Der tere one tere tere one.
What do you want now? But after the farm, so there are a lot.
I heard a rumor that the administrator met with a Jedi.
If it weren't for the Jedi, we'd be a prosperous community. They brought us nothing.
Hello there! All right.
It's you again. You won. So you did. Here's the credits. I told that was you won. It's you again. You. I'll tell you what I tell all those grubby salvagers. No body. Let me see the will. Let me see. He left his claim to you. Here's your claim. I'll go let... It's you. Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins, but all the salvagers that went down there are dead. The whole thing makes me but that was a fact you want. You.
Yes, General. Let me see. That's everything.
Yes.
any more trouble for Dan.
It's you again. You.
In Sorana kami guns.
Hello there.
Don't.
I hope that you have. Is there? You. I have no. I have no doubt that. What have you learned? Very well. Guard, please bring.
What is it, Terena?
I'll get straight to the point. I have found.
I deny nothing. You know I have.
I have no choice but to, until further notice, I am giving command of the militia to Beroon. I hope, Zaran.
I believe you're making a mistake, Terena.
Thank you, sir.
I'm grateful for your support, Administrator.
That will be...
Any luck on getting my mod?
What do you want to know? It's right next to the ruins of the jail.
The honor is mine. You still... If you...
sublevels alive. Only been a couple of...
Jaren knew the risks. He wouldn't do...
Oh, a visitor come.
That is no exaggeration. Jedi holocron are very...
This is no idle boast, traveler, but a fact. I ask... Ah, the trap... So, I still... I assure... Well, as you can see, it isn't fun. How did you know? I apologize immensely. But surely you... I will not. Have you come to join the others in my misfortune?
Go away. Came back from the sublevels alive. Only been a couple of folks who've done that. Came back from the sublevels alive. Only been a couple of folks who've done that.
I don't suppose you're here to hire us. You sound like a sentient by then. I have.
The honor is mine.
What is it?
Halt, settler. This is a restricted area. How the hell did you get through the Kinrath? You should leave. This isn't kidnapping, this is bounty hunting. This Jedi is worth a lot of credits on Nar Shaddaa, and we're collecting. I'm gonna say this nice and simple for your little calf-hurting head. Unless you want to wind up dead. Leave now. not in a question-answering mood. What? That...
Rushing into action without thinking of the consequences. What? You're expecting thanks? Kunda is in danger, and you've ruined the best chance. Is this a joke to you? People's lives are at stake. Every action has consequences, no matter how small or insignificant they seem. And even the smallest choice has the potential for harm. The Mandalorian Wars was proof of this. Intentions mean nothing if a greater tragedy is caused. Did you think rushing into battle against the Mandalorians did anything but bring more harm to the galaxy? It only served to bring about a second war, more dangerous. Countless Jedi died in both conflicts, and everyone who followed Revan and Malak died or returned to the dark side. Revan acted. You acted. There's no way of knowing what would have happened had you trusted in the Council, much like what you have done today. Enough of this. This is not the mercenaries have allied themselves with the Exchange and are planning to attack Kunda. They've been holding off for the right moment. And now, since they lost their captive Jedi, they'll attack immediately. I'm going to try to reach Administrator Adari. Time is of the...
Jedi I've heard reports of, and I am Azkul, leader of the mercenaries on Dantooine. That is correct. You don't need to know the details. According to my reports, I have 4 times as many soldiers as the militia. It is inevitable that I will succeed. If you wish to avoid my men eradicating the people of Dantooine, of course I will. There are many ways someone with your abilities can aid us. Deal with the turrets, however you see fit. Just keep them from pestering my men. Decide quickly. I have a slaughter to plan. When the militia learns of our attack, they will plant traps around the entrances to Kunda. Disable them. Decide quickly. I have a slaughter to plan. Return to me when you are ready.
Well maneuvered. With both the mercenaries and the
Are you ready? You will be paid. Is that supposed to convince men? I trust you can handle this Jedi. Are you ready? I'm not your friend. Return to me.
Yes. Perhaps I think it is fair to say that few did. Revan had a mother and father, parents, ancestors, like all Jedi do. And when she awakened to her potential, I was there to see it. But where she was born, where she came from, I do not know, any more than I know where she walks now. Some said that Revan was born in the outer regions, beyond the Rim, and that's what called to her during the Mandalorian Wars. And after, it was the call. I know more, but it may not be enough for the answers you seek. Ask. That crystal, should your power... Is there something else? Ah, and... Revan, but where she was born. Some said that it was the call. I know more. Fall. Ah, already you presume much. You were there at Malachor. Revan's choices were always her own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example. It was her. Is that what she was? Or was she always true to herself, no matter what personality she wore? And there is something that the Council may never understand. That perhaps Revan never fell. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps she became the Dark Lord out of necessity to prevent a greater evil. I do not believe the Jedi Council changed Revan as they claimed. They merely stripped away the surface and allowed the true self to emerge again, someone who was willing to wage war to save others. But that is my belief, since I knew Revan from long ago, as a master knows their apprentice. She came to me, yes, both before and after, before Revan knew herself. And after, in the times when Revan was coming into her own and learning she was more than she had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan, in times past, long ago. But Revan, when she had learned all she could, had other masters, that fool Jar and other Jedi on other planets. She learned from each, but in the end, she turned back to me, when she realized there was nothing more to be learned from the Jedi, except how one could leave them forever. Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. Even then you could see the Jedi she would slay etched on her soul. You are different. When I look at you, it is like staring at the death of the Force. I know more. Fall. You were there at... Is that what she... And there is some... The difference between... The galaxy would... I do not believe the Jedi... That... She... But... When... Yes. Now it doesn't. What do you wish that...